Hi Priyanka, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Rakesh. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, so hi, this is Priyanka Rajput, and I'm basically from Maharashtra in Dhule district. And I have total 7 years of experience in manual plus automation testing, and currently working TCS. So, so coming to the my profile, so in our project we are working with Selenium with Java,
Hmm.
and sorry. We are using the framework, Cucumber framework, TestNG framework, and
Mhm.
Maven, Git, and all these tools. And for defect tracking, we are using the Microsoft VSTS, and I have worked on earlier in Jira as well. Yeah, and coming to my roles and responsibilities. So, my roles and responsibilities are to understand the user story requirements properly and write the test cases, upload those test cases in VSTS, review from the development team, and once it is reviewed, then at the time of execution phase, so we start the execution of the test cases and we add the snaps to the test cases while executing. Once it is passed, then we'll pass the test case in VSTS. If we found any bug, then we report in VSTS, and we retest that bug once it is fixed. Or if it is not fixed, then we'll reopen that bug. Or if all the test cases are passed for the particular user story, then we close that user story and bug as well. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, great. So, uh, you were telling that you are using BTD in your framework,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And which is the design pattern?
Yes, BTT.
Yeah, what is the design pattern?
A POM,
Form
page
is the
object
design
model.
pattern.
Mhm.
Okay, can you explain the folder structure of your framework?
Yeah, sure. So
Hmm.
first is a pom.xml file. When we create the Maven project, so pom.xml file will be generated automatically,
Hmm.
and there we will add some Maven repository. We don't need to add manually download the jar and add to the project. So
Hmm. Hmm.
automatically it will generate it. And next is the feature files. In the feature file, we write the test cases, test scenario. In the we are using the Gherkin language to write the test cases.
Hmm.
Um, okay, there are we use some annotation as well, like background or some smoke testing, sanity testing
Okay.
annotation we can use there. After that, we have a one class Java class, that step definition class. There we are when we run the feature files. So some methods auto generated. So we implemented those methods in a step definition file. And in page object class, we are implementing their actual code of the functionality. So there we define some like web element also, locator, different locator, and we are creating method, and then we use using object, we are calling those method in step definition class.
Hmm.
And next is a hook file also, that is also one type of Java class, and there we are using before hooks and after hooks. Whatever test case we want to run before all the test cases, we add in that, and whatever test case we run after the all the test cases we run, we add in that after hook. And one class is a runner class. There we are adding the path of step definition class and feature file, and
Hmm.
we execute the all the script from the test runner class. There we are adding the annotation also, whatever test cases we want to execute.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Wonderful. So if someone is asking you about the folder structure, right? Folder
Mm.
structure of your automation framework, then what you can do is, let me share the screen. Is the screen visible to you?
Yes.
So there are two folders basically. In a nutshell, if you explain, you have src slash main slash Java. You have src slash test slash Java. Within main Java, within main slash Java, you will be having the configuration folder in which you will be putting the configuration properties file. And
Mm.
a page object model is a design pattern. So we'll be having pages, utilities, drivers you can put. Then within this particular thing, you will be having test, you might be having data, you might be having listeners, you might be having reports, Okay. If you are
Notification.
having BTD, then what would happen is in the main, you would be having this pages there itself. And
Mm-hmm.
if you are having latest version of Selenium 4.x, then drivers might not be there, right? Then this
Mm-hmm.
will become redundant.
Mm-hmm.
In resources, you will be having, and if you are having BDD, then what would happen is, sorry, no, yeah, in resources, you would be having the feature file that you were telling that you are using this Jerkin syntax feature files. Now, again, those feature files would be created module wise. You will be having feature files for separate screens. For example, you have an e-commerce application, you will be having feature file for login, for homepage, for
Mm-hmm.
payments, for search functionality. Those kind of feature files you will have. Then the libraries, the logging mechanism you will have, form.xml, yes, definitely, and the README
Mm-hmm.
file. So these are the few of the folder structure that you can explain in an interview. Okay. Test
Okay.
data. Yeah, we forgot about test data. So that is very important. You will be having testing data, what all data you would
Mm-hmm.
be passing during your test that you would be having. Okay. So these kind of things you can explain.
Okay.
Uh,
So, like, don't need to explain what will be in the step definition class or page class. Just need to.
yeah. So you can give, so as you were explaining, no, that was correct only. But
Okay.
like, yeah, yeah, just the structure. If you can see in an interview, if you give the answers, if your presentation is good, you start from the scratch, you cover one
Mhm.
point, you go step by step, then it would
Okay. Okay.
be giving a good impression on the interview. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Sure.
this is good. Okay, now let's say you have a CI/CD tool Jenkins. You have to
Mm-hmm.
set up the failure notifications. So at midnight, whenever your regression scripts are running, the failure notifications should be enabled so that in the morning when the QA team comes or when the automation team comes, they get those email notifications. So how would you set up failure notifications in Jenkins?
Okay. Actually, I haven't worked on Jenkins, so
Okay,
I don't have an idea on
so
that. I will explore that thing.
no problem, no problem. So which is
Yeah.
the CI/CD tool that you are aware about?
Like we have a different team which is
Hmm,
working on that. So we are using Jenkins only,
Jenkins
but
only.
different teams is working on that.
Okay, okay, great, great, wonderful. So,
Yeah.
yeah, generally in the companies, you would be having a separate dedicated DevOps team who would be working on these deployments, who would be working on these kind of test automation integration with the DevOps, right? So with respect to interview perspective, no one is expecting you to be a pro in Jenkins, but yes, at least basic things if you can get an idea. So I'll tell you here, if you have to set
Mm-hmm.
up failure notifications to alert teams whenever your test fails. So there are various methods. You can include email, you can include Slack, you can include another messaging services as well. So email notifications is one of the option that is available. So it is available in the post build actions in the Jenkins. So you can send email, you can configure that particular action, or you can also use any built-in email extension plugin. So what you will do is you'll go to your Jenkins job, you'll click on configure. Under post build actions, you'll get select email notification or editable email notification. Therein, you can select the email addresses of yours or your leads or your managers, whomsoever you want to notify those particular things you can put. Post build actions, as the name itself suggests, you don't have to remember these steps. Just remember post
Okay.
build actions. Once
Mm-hmm.
that build is done, once the test is done, the automation is done, what action you need to have, what action you want Jenkins to perform as a post build, as a post automation. So that is what comes into this particular thing, right? And you can also use Slack, right? These things are
Mm-hmm.
also available.
Okay.
Fine. I'm sharing one website with you.
Okay.
Can you open this website? This is an e-commerce website. I'm giving you screen sharing rights as well. So you need
Mm-hmm.
to open this website. You can click on share screen button.
Yeah. Sure. Is my screen visible to you?
It's loading. It's not still visible. Yeah, now it's visible. Now, uh, can you see that cart option besides English drop down? If you see to the top right, you will have a profile icon.
Yes, yes.
Besides, yeah, cart option.
Mm,
Now, can
mm,
you find the locator for this cart option?
okay. Yeah, this is the locator.
ID equal to cart. So can you hit on it once? Is it highlighting that icon?
Hmm. Okay.
It's not
Yes.
highlighting it, right?
Yeah, it is highlighting now.
Yeah, now it's highlighting. Okay, fine. Can you scroll down a bit on this website?
Mm.
Uh, yeah, go to that, take that first product, any first
This one?
product you can take. Yeah, any product you can take, any chocolate product you can take.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, click on it.
Mm. Shall okay, I need to click on that.
Yeah, close this inspect element for now.
Mm.
You need to click,
Okay.
no, close this inspect element. Yeah. Now,
Oh.
I need the price, the
Mm.
dollar price I need. So can you find the
Okay.
locator for this dollar price? There are
Yeah.
two prices that you have, the dollar
Mm-hmm.
as well as the rupee,
And
but I am
rupees. Yeah.
interested in the dollar price.
Okay, I'll try.
Can you move this inspect thing below instead of having it towards the side? You'll get three options there. Yeah, three dots. Yeah, click on them. Yeah, move it
Mm.
below a bit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Done?
Is yes.
Mm-hmm. So what is the XPath that you are getting? Can you move it bit up because I am unable to see? Yeah, you have written ID equal to form one.
From here.
Mm,
Then due number 4,
mm,
under that one due, and then span first. There are two spans. So I have selected first one.
mm. See, div,
Mm,
you have taken 4. That is a numeric number. Tomorrow, if
mm.
there is any UI change is there, your 4 can become 3 or 4 can become 5 as well. Then this XPath will
Okay.
not work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any
Yeah.
any other XPath that you feel would be can be used here?
Mm.
See, let me share my
No
screen.
idea actually. Huh.
Yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. See, is the screen visible to you?
Yes.
Right? See, what I am doing here is, oh, just a second. I think screen sharing got stopped. Uh, yeah, now it is visible.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you have these two things. You have class equal to price M. Okay. And here you are getting this first value is $32. Below one is 2701. So I'm taking
Mm.
class equal to price M. So I'm getting two
Mm.
values here.
Yes.
Okay. Now, within class equal to price M, what I can do is I can go further. I can take ID equal to converted price label. Then I would be getting this value. Or I can take this particular normalized text equal to US dollar
Okay.
32.79 as well. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's how you can define the relative X path here. Right? Now, can you share your screen again? I'll show
Yes.
you one thing. Okay. Now, can you come up with the locator for this add to cart button?
This side to that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is selected. One of one.
Mm-hmm. Can you show that X path once? ID equal to add to cart button. Okay, this was straightforward. Great. Yeah. Now, can you open this website again? The website that I had shared with you, or if you can move back. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Can you close this inspect element window?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, as soon as you come on this website, okay, you can see the
Mm.
first product that you get, Kapruka Best chocolate thing. Here,
Mm.
your US dollar price is 13.67. It is
Mm.
1126 rupees. Now, you have created an automated test for this particular price verification of this product. Today it is
Okay.
$13.67. Tomorrow
Mm.
it might change to 14.67 or 12.67. So how will you
Mm.
handle these changes in your automation script? What would be your approach? Are you getting my question?
Yeah, I got your question,
Mm-hmm.
but it is dynamically price will be changed,
Yes,
right?
yes, it is dynamic thing.
So
Yeah. Then how will you handle it?
I don't have idea actually.
Okay, okay, no worries. See, this kind of dynamic things would be there in your application. So what you can
Mm-hmm.
do is you can have a word with your development team, with your business analyst team,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll tell you that if the product price is changing to 14.6, and they'll inform you upfront ahead. You can include this kind of parameterization in some configuration file or in some properties file. You can modify that particular parameter, and then you can trigger your automation to run,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
That
Yeah,
kind of
got it.
cross collaboration you will have to do with your team,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So that is very important. And these kind of things are generally happening because, see, many of the automation folks are there. What they will be doing is they will be trying to automate it, but every time it is not possible to get that value. So it is better to
Mm-hmm.
discuss such things with the team itself and to let them know that as of now, I have taken this value for this particular release in my smoke test automation script, right? If you
Okay.
want me
Mm-hmm.
to change, then I can change it, but this is how we would be taking for now. And if there is any change from their side, maybe they will update, they'll create one user story, or they will
Mm.
have some reference. You can take that reference ticket and then accordingly you can automate it, right?
Okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So that's how you will be using it.
Mm.
Do you have idea about CSS selector?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is CSS selector?
CSS, using CSS selector also we can locate the element.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but here we do not have that like in XPath we use that preceding or forwarding nodes, so we can't use in CSS selector. So here we don't need to use that at the rate option also. We just
Mm-hmm.
use that tag name, and the attribute is equal to attribute value.
Correct.
And yeah,
Then
that's
which one is faster, CSS selector or XPath?
CSS selector is faster.
Okay.
Mhm.
Fine. So now, yeah, now this is fine. Now let me stop the screen sharing. Yeah, let's move to the next question. Okay. Uh, what is the difference between the hooks file and the background keyword?
Okay, background keyword.
Mm-hmm.
Background, like whatever text case we add annotation as a background,
Mm-hmm.
it will be execute. Uh,
You would be using background keyword. I think when you were introducing yourself, you mentioned about
mm,
background keyword,
yes, yes.
right?
In file you are
Yes,
using.
feature file, feature file. You will be using background keyword in your feature file, right?
Mhm.
So where will you use background keyword? Yeah.
Background keyword we are using in feature file. So suppose
Hmm.
we are using
Correct.
like in feature file we are adding the 2 3 test cases.
Mm,
So for that particular feature file, and suppose we are adding one test case like for login functionality,
mm,
and if I'll use annotation as a background, then for that particular feature file, so that test case will be run before all the test cases will be executed for that particular feature file.
mm.
Like whatever
So,
test cases I added there. Yeah.
okay. And what about hooks file?
And hooks file is for the uh,
You have before, after, and hooks, right?
Yes, yes.
So what are those
That
used for?
is,
Hmm.
this is for like in test runner we can add multiple feature file also for execute the test script. So that time I think we actually I not remember exactly the difference.
Okay, no problem, no problem. See, background is actually a keyword.
Mm-hmm.
Hooks is a class, altogether a class. So let me showcase this thing to you so that you can,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. See, this is one of the hybrid framework. Okay, here you get hooks. So hooks is altogether a class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wherein
Yeah.
you can extend base or you can make hooks as a part of base as well, right? But hooks, you'll be using hooks file for before and after kind of properties. So for setting
Mm-hmm.
up things, for tear down things, you'll be using hooks as the class file. And hooks is actually a class, altogether a class, right? Whereas background is a keyword. Hooks,
Mm-hmm.
whatever configuration, whatever code that you write in the hooks file is applicable to all your files in your automation framework. Whereas background keyword, as you mentioned it correctly, it can
Mm-hmm.
be applied only to that particular feature file where you have written that background keyword. It cannot be applied to any other feature file. So background
Yeah.
keyword would be explicitly used for that particular feature file only.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But hooks is actually a global thing.
Okay.
Hmm. And
Mm-hmm.
background is a keyword, hooks is a class. It will have before, after kind of things for setting
Mm-hmm.
up things for tear down. Let's say you want to maximize the browser, then you can go for before tag here within the
Hooks.
hooks,
Oh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah.
background keyword, you would be repeating the multiple common steps that would be happening for all tests.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that is the
Yes.
significance of your background keyword. Okay, fine. Which is the version control tool that you are using?
Uh, Version control.
Mm-hmm. You'll be using some of the version control tool, right? Source tree or SVN or Git. Mm.
No idea about that.
Okay, okay, no problem. Fine. Then, uh, let's say if there are multiple members working in your team,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you are working on one part of automation. There is one more member who is working on the one part of the automation script. So how will you coordinate among yourselves? How will you collaborate? You are, let's say, automating a login scenario. He or
Mm-hmm.
she is trying to automate a payment scenario. So how would you
Mm-hmm.
collaborate? How would you coordinate?
Okay, so first we will have a communication with
Hmm.
one of my team members. So once I
Right.
have done my code, so
Mm.
and if he, the like he is also completed his code, then we'll upload those code uh, in Git we can upload that code.
Git you are using as a version
Uh,
control tool, right?
yes, yeah.
Correct,
So
correct.
in Git we are uploading that code and we'll try to execute both the code is working or not. Like integrate that code and we'll try to execute that code. And we'll check is
Wonderful.
it working or not.
Correct, correct. Right. So Git. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
see, there is a scenario related to Git. You are working on automation test scripts and you realize you committed some changes that should not be part of your current branch. How would you
Mm-hmm.
undo the last commit without losing the changes? You have committed something,
Um,
but that is not
mm-hmm.
should not be a part of that particular current branch. So how would you undo the last commit?
Mm. Uh, Actually, Rakesh, I haven't
Hmm.
working on real-time project. I have
Okay.
done automation
Mm-hmm.
testing course. So on the
Okay.
basis of that, I am trying to search the job. So
Okay. No
I
problem. No
don't have
problem.
idea about that. Like,
No worries. No,
yeah.
that's totally fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fine. So if you get this question, right, related to Git,
Mm-hmm.
in which you have to undo, so you can use this particular command, git reset, right? This command, it will remove the last commit, but it will leave the changes in the working directory,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
So that's how you can use it. Fine. Great. Okay. What do you know about TestNG?
Yeah, TestNG also one of type of framework design.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can design our test cases in proper manner. So
Mm-hmm.
there are some benefits of TestNG. Like we can add the priorities to the test cases. We can
Mm-hmm.
enable or disable the test cases. We can group the test cases. Whatever test cases we want to execute, we can add. We can include in a one group. And whatever test case we don't want to execute, then we can exclude. We can execute the parallel test cases also.
Mm-hmm.
We can do the parameterization also using the TestNG.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh, TestNG provide the extent report as well, so we can use that also.
Correct. What kind of
Mhm.
parameterization can be done in TestNG? How would you do that?
Parameterization is like suppose we are checking like we are using different browser, Chrome, Firefox, or Microsoft Page. So we'll use their keyword parameters
Mm-hmm.
and in double quote as a browser, and the
Mm-hmm.
XML file we will use that parameter name is
Mm-hmm.
equal to that parameter and value will like a parameter name will be the browser and value will be the whatever browser we want to execute like Chrome, or we
Mm-hmm.
can change in XML file that.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay. So
mhm.
let's say if I want to have the execution of one of the test multiple times using TestNG, so how can I achieve that?
Using that uh, something called that in count. I don't remember the word
Invocation
exactly.
count, right?
Yeah, yes, invocation count. We can give there 4 or 5. Then
Right.
it will execute.
Correct. Correct. Okay. Okay, Priyanka, I am done with the interview. Do you have any questions
Mm.
for me?
Like I want to hear the feedback. Like
Okay. Sure, sure. Let me
suggest me
tell you
like
the
what need
feedback.
to.
Yeah.
Mhm.